good evening. I'm going to turn myself up for tonight. I'm sure I'm a little loud. A little quiet, I don't know. All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. You have made it to another episode of Lizarella Phones Home. We have made it together to another episode of Lizarella Phones Home. How exciting is that? So, on tonight's very special episode, we want to explore something kind of unique in what we're calling, upcoming or new recent Earth history, post-launch history of the human race. Taking these out. Now, folks, we've had Professor Untoyd on to talk about Server City. Yes, of course. I have a little phone. The problem with the phone is that it doesn't have a speakerphone. That's been sort of I need a phone that has speakerphone, and then that'll be perfect. But, okay. I'm doing my introduction. Everyone shut up. Welcome. The moons are out, the stars are glistening, and it's time for another episode of Lizarella Phones Home. We are here to call into Earth and hear from a guest from Server City, another guest. Now, we are always looking for more guests, but at this time we are going to be joined by a bureaucrat, a musician, a pop icon, a performer, a questioner, a fetishist, a queen, and a member of the political class in Server City, which is governed by a pop-ocracy. Now, what is a pop-ocracy, you may ask? Now, this is when the most powerful person in your position within the political establishment is determined by your place on the Billboard pop charts. Now, if you're a pop music lover like me, you probably have pretty strong opinions on what good pop music is, what bad pop music is. So we're going to have my friend, formerly known as Piss Queen, a pop star from kind of the height of revolutionary activity in Server City, during which time the Pop-ocracy really tightened, and the competitiveness and the contradictions between pop stars was at its sharpest. And the charts were changing constantly, all the time. All right. I'm going to bring her on. I have set up this little whiteboard that you can see my microphone cord in front of, that I intend to maybe draw a little. I have a friend, my friend Hunter, is helping me out with some schematics for our Server City here. But we also, I'm going to draw a little too. Now, before I lose Megan's patience and friendship, I am going to bring on, formerly known as Piss Queen. So we're waiting for Megan. We're waiting for Piss Queen, FKA Piss Queen. I'll do some drawing in the meantime. We'll keep an eye out for her. How is everyone tonight? Have you been with us on previous episodes? Do you have any questions about the nature of River City? So, okay. Let's start. Where do I start? With the boot. Someone off the boot. Alright, stop looking at this. Okay. Here is. Here's the question here. Young. Here's the crust of the earth. Oh, yes, we have her. She is here. She has arrived. Oh, let me knock everything over. Piss Queen.
Hello.
Oh, we have her. We have her. She's here. Welcome.
Hello.
That was very nice. Hello. Hello, Piss Queen, formerly known as Piss Queen.
I don't go by that anymore.
Yeah, will you tell us what your new moniker is?
I'm. Do you remember the Britney Spears song, "Not a Girl, Not Yet a Woman"?
Yeah.
I feel at a similar crossroads. I don't.
You're not a pisser, but not yet a. You're a pisser, but not yet a queen.
Pisser, but not yet a shitter. You know what I mean?
Okay. So, well, you're our example here.
Hello?
Hello? Sorry, I'm walking around my
Okay.
studio. I'm walking around my spaceship here. I'm walking around the spaceship. So, my friend Piss Queen, formerly known as Piss Queen, are you looking for a new name currently? Are you open to suggestions?
Oh, that's a name, you know? Like,
Yeah.
oof. Ah.
What's in a name?
So, I mean.
A rose by any other name, they say.
Oh, no. Get out of here. Hey. There's these, like, robot worms that come into my area and try to steal my grains. Get away. Get.
Hang on, I lost her 1 sec. Where'd you go? Half of this show is technical issues, all caused by me. But okay, radio. So we have what kind of worms?
They're just like these little robot worms, and they're like bite my feet at night.
Your feet?
Why? Why are you playing with the litter box? You're weird. There's also cats.
Okay. So okay. FKA Piss Queen, formerly known as Piss Queen. You were a pop star pre-launch, and then you had your second sort of era post-launch. So, do you want to tell us a bit about?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know if I would be considered a pop star. I did release a few. I do have a few releases. But I was more of a. I was really like a pissfluencer before there was a word for it. I believe I may have been no, I was not the first one, but it was the first one of my kind, I believe. There was that like survivalist guy, but that's kind of different. Um,
Than being a pissfluencer.
so yeah, and then I really believed in it at the time. I think I was clearly pursuing celebrity, but I also think I did. They say, I don't know if you know this. They say I didn't really drink the piss.
Holy shit.
That is not true. But some of these other people, some of these other copycatters who then tried to slander me and succeeded in canceling me, they're not really drinking piss.
No. Okay.
That is Mountain Dew.
What did you get canceled for? For pretending to drink piss?
Well, so first there was so one of my famous things that I would say, which was it was true. Hold on.
Okay.
Get out of here.
You're getting attacked by worms.
It's fine. This is normal now to me. I used to always be like, oh, I got the whole cast of Jersey Shore drinking piss, which I did. It happened.
Were they chasing it with anything? Pickle juice? Oh my god.
That's not part of it for me, but
no.
That's just kind of how it happened,
Okay, so as Piss Queen you are you're a pop musician.
No, but listen, this is my story. So if I would say that I got them all drinking piss, then they came out and said it wasn't true. They denied the piss drinking.
Okay.
Made me look like a fool.
Yeah, in front of the whole world.
And then people started saying I wasn't really drinking the piss. They said it was too clear. It's just because I'm hydrated.
Well, it is confusing that you would be. That's kind of a circular hydration if you're only drinking piss. And
I wasn't only drinking.
What else are you drinking? Like Powerade or like clear water?
Definitely not water. Powerade, but definitely Mountain Dew. And also like those like drinkable yogurts. Does that count?
Like a Go-Gurt?
No.
Like a Chobani shot?
I don't know how to explain it to you.
Okay, so you were getting accused of not actually being yourself, basically.
I was being slandered in numerous ways. And that led to my cancellation. And you may have heard about how cancellations affected,
hundreds of thousands, millions of victims.
Kind of like how the launch went down,
Yeah. So when our ruling class, which was you say that, but when it comes down to actually putting together a flight list of people getting on the ship to go, it really becomes a list of people, and some people don't make that list. So some of what you were talking about with me a little bit was that canceled celebrities, canceled people maybe didn't get on, or maybe had some shitty accommodations, is what you were getting at, maybe?
Well, yeah, I mean, certainly, like, I feel like, I was chasing celebrity, and I was kind of like, maybe this is actually, like, an empty pursuit. Maybe this is, like, not what life is about. But then, when I attended the launch and was seated next to James Charles as we watched all of the real celebrities, the successful celebrities that hadn't been canceled, or even the ones that had been canceled but were like, Brad Pitt or whatever.
Uncancelable by just like
they all got to go into space, and we had to live here in this like fucking weird place.
Mm-hmm.
That is, you know,
Server City.
we can get into that, but
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
like it's kind of, it now makes me think that maybe celebrity, like, let's just say worshiping the heavens has changed since Justin Bieber is now up there.
Is literally in the heavens.
Yeah, it's things have changed. It's you know, makes you think about it in a different way.
Did it surprise you, any of the people who didn't end up coming?
Ooh, ooh, uh, these worms are fighting.
I heard I almost said Barbara J. Streisand. Barbara Streisand was not permitted to attend.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Who told you that?
She was kept on Earth to be tried for unethical cloning of herself
dog.
and her dogs and her, I don't know, manservants, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Brutal.
Damn.
So you sat next to James Charles. That's kind of exciting.
Yeah, it was okay. There was they'll like some of the like, you know, influencer people tried to do like or like kind of canceled influencer people tried to do their own launch, but it was
like a launch, like a fire launch, Firefest launch.
It was like that, but it was there was much more violence.
More violence, like mosh pit type violence.
I don't really like to talk.
You don't want to talk about that one?
I told my therapist about it and she threw up.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right. So, well, let me show you. Do you see my map here that I'm working on?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So, well, here's actually a fun question. Around launch time, do you remember any hits coming out? Any jams? Any bangers? Any like? Did anyone have an album? Was there a Doja album? Something I thought of today was Doja rehabilitates Sam Hyde. Then they do a reality TV show where they create a super group for Sam Hyde, and he becomes a boy band Hyde. The name of the band is
that was fucking weird.
yeah.
I was actually the very last Doja Cat fan ever.
Oh shit.
Or I am. I still am. I'm her last fan.
Wow.
You know, people used to be like, if Doja Cat has 1,000,000 fans, I'm one of them. If Doja Cat has one fan, it's me. If Doja Cat has 0 fans, I'm dead.
You were like,
I'm that guy in real life.
All right. Anyone put out anything fun? Did you put out any music?
Gangnam Style was re-released actually at about that time.
Okay.
So that was actually the most popular song.
Were there any features on that?
Yeah, they.
Oh God.
No.
No. Okay. It was just the regular Gangnam Style re-release.
It was just regular, but they made it like just slightly faster.
That's kind of fun. There was a new. Who's that? They created like a new blonde, a 19-year-old blonde. They keep making new blondes to be like maybe better than Taylor Swift, and it's not working because she has so much psychic power. So there's like Haylor Twift and Sailor Muff and Angel Tolkien, and they're all just some white blonde biddies putting out songs like, you know, Love is the One, Sex Under the Stars. What's another sort of stupid fucking song name?
Party Money.
Party Money. Party in the New USA.
That one's my favorite. It's by Charlie XCX.
Charlie XCX.
Yeah.
Exploding giant dwarf.
Did you hear about how when they made the newest Taylor Swift clone, they accidentally made her like too small and then she broke in half?
How small would you say?
Like 1 foot tall.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Like she was like proportionate, but she was just like they messed up. It didn't work as a pop star or really as a person.
So
her name is Gaylor Swift.
Gaylor Swift. They would love if they just made her gay.
They did.
Okay. So the main economy within Server City is like this sort of circular, centrally planned customer service experience. But at the same time, Server City residents have the opportunity to better themselves in the world of popular music, because the city is governed at any given time by the most popular pop musician, just sort of like our reality a little bit. So on this diagram, I've drawn where the Pop-ocracy exists. At the very peak of Server City, they have a club. It's called Club Atmosphere. Is the name of it right now. And you are a charting pop musician in Server City, FKA Piss Queen. Do you just go by FKA Piss Queen?
No.
Okay. What kind of tunes are you putting out? What are the people like really jamming to?
It's kind of like, how do I explain it to you? It's like spiritual darkness.
Spiritual darkness. You know, pop music has gone in sort of a gothy sort of like dark harmonious direction. You'd think about like Billie Eilish. I don't know. You could even argue that some of the Doja stuff is a little sadder sounding. So it would make sense that things would get a little gothic as the world gets worse. Are people dancing a lot in their restraints?
It's pussy poppers only.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't get it, like, let's be clear.
Okay. And they play music and perform music like really at all hours.
Yes, I mean, I think it depends. Yeah, you would probably hear music most of the time, but sometimes a lot of the time it's kind of blends into the background. It just becomes part of like, because there's a lot of noise.
Well, the current president of Server City is Rye Belsis. How do you feel about her music?
It's pretty gay.
She's like a Satanist. like a Lolita Satanist is what I've gathered.
Is that what she calls herself?
Yeah, that's what she calls herself.
I've been calling myself a Lolita Satanist since last week, bitch.
Oh no.
You fucking would.
Yeah. All right, I'm drawing. So this is the liberated zone. How is Server City music must be like pretty highly censored. one would think, because you're going through an entire plastic structure for things to even get played and aired. Have you had trouble covering some of your more controversial topics like piss, or do you find that they're like within the MK Ultra bag of tricks enough to make it through?
Can you say that again?
Are you dealing with any censorship with your music in Server City? FKA Piss Queen?
Oh, I've never listened to my music.
Okay. I have.
They might be censoring it though.
Some of my
Are
favorite
you
of
allowed,
your...
are you allowed to say piss?
I think maybe. You're allowed to say anything that sort of affects people in the way that the machine needs them to be affected. So like if we think that the word or a song about piss or drinking piss would like keep people like able to serve coffee or like do nails or like cut hair or like be a priest or like
Piss priest?
piss priest. I mean, you never know what the priests are listening to. You know?
Most of the priests listen to like hyperpop.
Hyper pop.
No, they're old
Hyperpop
school.
They're old school.
Yeah, they listen to like wicked old music like that.
I'm gonna keep drawing my map here. What are some other? Because anyone can throw their hat into the ring to be a Pop-ocracy bureaucrat. As sort of a high-ranking official in the Pop-ocracy, do you have a weapon or guards?
For guards.
Just guards?
My weapon is just pussy.
Okay.
Also a knife.
Okay.
Hey.
Still getting attacked by worms.
You can't tell me not to.
Hard drive. You must do this often. What do we think?
About worms?
Yeah. Are there any non-human pop stars in Server City? Any like mutants?
Yeah, there's quite a few, I would say. There's quite a few AI pop stars. There's a few alien pop stars. And there's a dog pop star.
A dog pop star? What's her name?
Yeah. Jonathan.
Jonathan Chabone?
No.
Okay. What does music mean to you? Why do you think music is a powerful political tool?
Have you ever seen Josie and the Pussycats?
No.
2001.
Can you tell me what that is?
It's a film in the Criterion Collection. For real.
Really?
Yeah, look it up.
Okay.
It was a film about how the music industry puts subliminal messages into their music by putting them backwards in the songs. And everyone who knew the movie was killed because they knew the truth, just as it was predicted in the movie itself.
So it doesn't really matter the content of your song so long as it's hypnotic in a certain way?
There's different schools of thought about that.
Interesting.
Hey!
So, okay. So within when making music, you're not when making pop music, which I think is maybe different than music in general. What you're trying to do here is uh, communicate a message that has like action behind it, but also people aren't aware they're receiving.
So we're also not necessarily told what the messages will be. Like I said, I've never listened to my music.
Interesting.
I try not to listen to anything really because there's a lot of noise, and about 99% of it is, advertisement of some kind or some kind of message from the even though I'm part of the Pop-ocracy, at the same time it's like, I mean, I probably shouldn't be saying this, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm taking steps in my personal and spiritual journey, and it's good to try to cut down on it because it kind of makes you go crazy when you're like, I need a soda. Oh, I need a fucking whatever. Like, it's just, it's a lot. It's a lot. To have your ping pong down like that.
Interesting. Do you find that other people in Server City are sort of more controlled by
I mean, we're all controlled by it. It would be silly to say that I am not controlled by it, right?
Mhm. Fair enough. Okay. Well, I've listened to your music.
You have?
I have. Your most recent album was called Hot Bowl.
No.
It contained it was a 9-piece album with an introduction, an intermission. It was very similar. Have you ever? I recently was exposed by one of the Earthling's first revolutionaries to some TLC. Yeah, sexy, crazy, cool. I think
It's been compared to something along those lines, I suppose.
Well, you've got a lot of even though it people make fun of sort of pop music for saying things that don't have any meaning, but I think that you have really mastered that. There's some speaking dialogue, like real portions where people are talking, maybe recordings from an answering machine in this album that I found very profound and interesting about piss and the smell of and asparagus and the smell of piss asparagus together. I thought that was beautiful. Let's see what else. I don't know. I think you have a very liquid sound.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Formerly known as Piss Queen, everyone. I want to hear more about this dog pop star on Server City.
Yeah, her name is Miss Jonathan.
Yeah, Miss Jonathan.
She's a Chihuahua. She's 105 years old.
Does she sing in English or does she sing in a human language?
I think Cambodian.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Everything must get translated though pretty automatically into everyone's headphones, really. An AI pop star is an interesting idea. Like programmed to create a perfect song. Really, that's what they made Charlie XCX into, I guess.
Charlie XCX.
Charlie XCX.
That's AI.
That's AI. Charlie XCX.
We think.
Oh my god. Charles XCX. Interesting. Because they're trying to get people to like It's music trying to get people to do very specific thrusting dance moves to turn on the correct parts of your brain that make you want to buy all sorts of lubricants and things.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions about my chart, FKA Piss Queen?
Can you move over so I can, or move your camera or move the chart somewhere so I can see it?
Is it too far away?
What am I looking at?
Here, I'll zoom it
in. I'm making my spectacles.
Yeah, okay. Your spectacles, Queen. Every time.
What does that say? Hope. Pop-ocracy.
There's the pipe.
Pop-ocracy. A little cherry on top.
Yeah, so the pipe is sucking all the energy out for the little connecting space and just needed. And this is where the pop-ocracy lives. The head of the pop star of everyone on the top of the chart. And then below that is Cafetopia, our economic experience.
Jeans?
That says Jones. So this is the mall portion. This is the portion of the.
I thought that's just where all the jeans were.
Well, there are jean stores. This is like the mall. This is where, remember, Major Rinker was talking about where the war zone really is, because underneath the crust, after you see the hard drives where Dr. Untoid controls everything, we see all the pods where everyone lives and is shot up to work in Cafetopia.
You know Major Rinker?
Yeah, I know Major Rinker.
I'm scared of that guy.
You're scared of him?
Yeah.
Do you know what his favorite pop music is? It's
Lil B or something.
Lil B. See, you know all about Major Rinker. You don't have to be scared of him.
I think he's a Fed.
You think he's a Fed? I think.
Or
you're
am I a Fed?
No.
Wait, I'm a Fed, right? I don't know.
You're kind of a. I mean. Well, the thing is that there's two options for being Feds, because first of all, there's two federalisms. There's Server City, but then there's my people, right, up in space. So he could be working for them. Those people you're not supposed to be a fan of. They're exploiting you, as you can see from my chart.
Feds.
So there's a bunch of different types of Fed. There's all sorts of Feds. Which federal are you referring to? You know what I mean?
It's
he
true.
Could be a Fed. Who knows if he sold out his buddies?
True. Oh, wow. That's
because he was technically fighting the Pop-ocracy. Who knows if he was really an agent for the cause, or simply an agent with no cause.
True.
Yeah. We got to bring him back on here because I've got a lot of additional questions for him. But back to the Pop-ocracy. What kind of pop music? I know that you're like, pop music is hypnotizing, it's brainwashing, it's all controlling, it's tempting, it turns people into monsters, it turns people into mongrels. It makes them want to fucking suck and scream and shout. It makes them want to twerk upside down. It makes them want to throw up. It makes them want to piss. But any of it good? What's the best of it? What are we listening to?
Do you think it could ever make you want to shit?
Yeah, I do. I think that Rybelsis has had her position at the top of the Pop-ocracy for a while because her music is affecting in a way more than brainwashing in a way that it hasn't really been before, perhaps. Hello.
Wait, am I on video?
Oh no, I think it's just me.
Never mind.
La 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 la. Well, now it's your little icon. I'd have to change it if you want to be on video. It's up to you.
No, I'm too scared.
Okay, that's okay, FKA Piss Queen. You've been MIA since your second cancellation within the server city.
Yeah, so I haven't put out music since I was the Piss Queen.
Okay.
I'm no longer the Piss Queen. So, music is my life. Music is my boyfriend. But I haven't put anything out in quite some time. You know, and you say I'm at the top of the Pop-ocracy. Not the top, but you know,
you're
whatever.
within it. You're at the very least charting.
Really, am I up in it, or am I really like? I'm kind of really an underdog here because like I wasn't allowed to, you know, blast off to Pussy Pop in Paradise up in the heavens, and so like I kind of feel cheated, and like I don't know if I feel like I just don't know where I belong, you know?
Yeah, that's some real petty bourgeois, lower, secondary people in charge.
When you know, when things were very different, I put out some songs. One was The Aura of Piss. So I really just did the EP. I put out a few singles. I did the EP. The Aura of Piss, classic. There was like
my favorite, which was Warm Bowl.
Warm Bowl. That's like a kind of a house situation. That's for the club, you know.
That's when you're peeing outside of the home.
And then like in parentheses of piss, you know. There was like one that I did kind of like inspired by my experience with the Jersey Shore crew, which, you know, I gotta say the whole thing with the like how it went down with them is really sad because I had so much fun with those guys. Like I thought we were besties, and like it kind of breaks my heart that I don't know. I don't really know why they did what they did. You know, at the end of the day, like breaks my heart. Like Snooki, I feel like Snooki was like my mom. You know, like I love her so. Like I wanted to like. I don't know. I like wanted to be their friends for real, but they Angelina'd me.
They Angelina'd you.
They really did.
They alienated you after you taught them something so precious to you, so special to you. Did you do that? So they blasted off. The Jersey Shore cast blasted off.
They were gonna make it GTLP, Gym Tan Laundry Piss.
Holy shit! It was in the works.
They were saying it. They were saying it all night. It breaks my heart. But anyway, I have a song inspired by that experience, and it's kind of like a straight boy house situation, if you will. Fist bumping number. It's called Italian PP.
Okay, and then what? What are you working on now? Anything? Are you putting anything out in Server City, or have they discovered your old stuff and that's what's charting? Because that's kind of cool. That must feel validating in a way.
Well, they had me be on the remix of the Gangnam Style re-release.
I thought you said no one was featured.
And then the re-release was re-released. Okay. We all did it. We all did our part. It was kind of like We Are the World or like the Imagine video.
Yeah.
Um, we all took part. It was just kind of like our way of dealing with the aftermath of the launch. I don't really know why it was Gangnam Style. It was in the news.
Yeah. Well, it was a song that people really loved, that really blew up.
People did really love it.
It had a dance everyone could do.
I can't do it.
I can't do it either. So this is fun. Um I heard that there has been, cuz in the 2020s there was a real revival of 90s music. So in Server City they had as part of the pop music pumping out vision, they really tried to bring back all eras of music in a pop star way. So they did sort of a baroque thing where people were doing, like were being like over some very intense strings. It didn't really work. It was a little incoherent, but like as we said before, the purpose is it's the message, not the means. So they were just sort of grasping at straws. We had some Johann Sebastian Booth was the name of a musician who was got quite a bit of you know I almost said head. I think I mean headway. He got quite a bit of attention.
Yeah, he got some head too, I heard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He did
You know what
also
I
go
mean?
deaf. But it's okay because music is now post ears. I don't know what else we got. Beyonce blasted off, but that's okay because she wasn't really going to continue to make music anyway. She'd sort of said what she had to say. I don't know. I mean, when talking about the Pop-ocracy, Server City, pop star influences, I always sort of come around to Taylor Swift and the fact that she's the biggest pop star in the world, which is very strange to me because I don't think she's very much of a pop musician. She's really more of a pop country musician, even today, I think.
You think we still have Taylor Swift?
Yeah, no, I know. You don't have Taylor Swift, but
No.
no. But the most popular musician in your day would be Rybelsis, the Gothic Lolita Thelemite Satanist.
Yeah.
So what's it like to go from, the the default for pop music being this kind of plain version of fascism to this kind of very unplain version of fascism?
I feel like once you see that they're all like, once you play them all backwards, you start to realize that they're the same. But then when you play them back forwards, I really like Smash Mouth.
What's your favorite Smash Mouth song?
Hey now, you're an all-star.
No.
You're an all-star. Get your game on. Go play.
That sounds familiar for sure.
Yeah, it's a really old song from like the 1800s or something.
That's crazy. In 2024, the like Gen Z sort of era of music that I've sort of come to understand well, researching pop music from all Earth eras, lyrics were very literal. Things became a little literal in the 2020s, and now lyrics are once again really about, as you said, this sort of subliminal messaging. So are they kind of, maybe they're a little bit random, Like when someone writes poetry when they're like 14 and they just think that it's about kind of picking words. That's
Some
kind of
people
cool.
do it that way. Some people just kind of say, because like the messages kind of get scrambled anyway when they're kind of like shot through server city, like you said, like, oh, they get translated into every language, and that's true, but like that doesn't mean that that's the language that you will hear will be a language that you speak, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's all kind of random, so a lot of the time it does kind of just sound like noise, or like the lyrics to a song will be not in a language that you might know. And so a lot of these pop artists, especially the AI ones, but even just a lot of them really, will just truly just do random words and like gibberish, because they know a lot of people aren't going to understand the lyrics anyway. And and even if it was in the language they speak, they would just be like, "Oh, this is not a language I speak." You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I like that.
But
That's the
but
language
not
of
all.
pop music.
I write my own lyrics. I always wrote my own lyrics.
You don't have a ghostwriter of any kind.
Absolutely not. I'm addicted to the pen.
Amazing to be alive at the same time as the pen.
Truly.
Interesting. Okay, okay. Um, what do you think of Alanis Morissette?
She's cool.
Do you think they should bring back that kind of music?
I mean, like you said, they've attempted to bring back every kind of music. Um, but it's not quite really the same, you know? Like I think you're saying about like the two literal, although I don't know. I don't know exactly what I'm trying to say, but
Me neither.
it's hard to bring back any kind of music, you know?
Yeah, because then it's just it feels like a very phony
Just,
version.
yeah, like what do you mean by that?
There's so much sort of nostalgia stuff like
Like
that.
when people kept saying they were bringing back pop punk, like what do you mean?
Maybe they'll bring back grunge and we'll get another Kurt Cobain. People have been calling him Skirt Cobain recently. I thought that was funny. Maybe we'll get. We haven't had a good Courtney Love in a while.
How many have we had?
Well, she was given a good one.
You want to know the worst part of when I got canceled?
What was the worst part of when you got canceled?
I got dropped from my Dunkin' Donuts sponsored or brand deal.
Right.
I was gonna have my sponsored product, the Piss Colada.
The Piss Colada. Well,
Yeah.
Dunkin' Donuts doesn't exist anymore, right? Dunkin' Donuts got destroyed in the Pokemon Go War, so that's good.
This was before the Pokemon Go Wars. It was
What
my
were they-
last chance.
Okay, back up. So you were gonna be sponsored, and they were gonna do a Piss Colada.
We were going to have like a brand deal. I had like we were gonna do a collab, Piss Colada.
But you
And
just said you don't
then-
think that
then-
you're a very popular musician, but you had a brand deal with Dunkin' Donuts. That's amazing.
Like you released the allegations.
That you didn't actually drink piss, so you might not even.
No, that she didn't drink piss.
Who?
Stucky in the gang.
Oh, okay. That they didn't? I thought it was that you didn't.
The snakes thought that I thought were my friends. No, they said we never drink piss. She's lying.
Oh, this is really good. Quite a bit. Was this all like on TRL or something?
That was before they brought back TRL.
When did they bring back TRL?
After the launch, as kind of like a coping mechanism.
After Chemical X Tentacion got shot. Oh.
Yeah, it was a hard time. But yeah, they released the allegations. Just kind of like they were just kind of able to, like, I guess this was before we had Server City, though.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it was just on Twitter. I think it was just on Twitter. She said, "We never drank piss. We never met this bitch. All this shit."
There's a similar version
She's
of
lying.
Twitter that exists within Server City.
I have
I've
pictures of them, and they said it was AI.
Well, that's like a real risk now that you can't claim pictures are real anymore. They're usually Yeah. Have you seen that video of the little rat in the little suit? That's AI.
That's my dad.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So were any pops? So let's list some pop stars who made it off. Grimes theoretically made it off. Yes or no?
She made it off, but at what cost?
Did SZA make it off the planet? Is SZA in the post launch? I guess she's more of an R&B music. I don't know what you'd call her. Better than pop music, really.
Yeah, I guess. No, I feel like I saw her at Foot Locker recently, but maybe it wasn't her. I don't know. It's hard. You can't keep track of everyone, you know?
Sure. That's fair. I mean, some people may have just taken on normal customer service jobs and decided to stop.
I mean, she was shopping there. She wasn't working there, but...
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
What about, like, Kelly Clarkson?
Kelly Clarkson, like, didn't want to leave America. It was kind of weird.
It is her, like, place, I would say.
She was just like, I feel better being in America than being in space.
Ceased to exist.
She's the American Idol, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
and then Silver City was built in New England.
It's still America, you know?
Yeah. As long as she's still the idol of it. As long as, like, the golden calf.
And you know what? She is. She is the American Idol. Wow.
Yeah.
She really helped those people during 9/11.
During 9/11 too?
After 9/11 but then after 9/11 too, also. When they had American Idol too.
Oh shit.
She hosted.
The United States of New American Idol.
Yeah.
Do you know? Did any sort of smaller stars, any sort of YouTube stars make it off? No.
What?
I didn't think so. Did any YouTube stars make it off, like Mr. Beast?
Jenna Marbles.
Jenna Marbles made it off. That's interesting.
Yeah. You've never seen her around in your little fucking...
No.
Wherever you live. Where the fuck do you live?
I live in a spaceship. The thing about space that they don't really tell you...
Where did you live before that?
Before the spaceship? Nowhere. I just live in the spaceship.
You were born in a spaceship?
Yeah.
Who's your mom?
I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I know. I haven't really been... my time on Earth now is really my main exposure to humanity as you all understand it on Earth.
That's fucking crazy.
It seems like it's changed quite a bit also.
How's the weather up there?
What about, okay, so in a world, as a musician, as a pop musician, Piss Queen and an icon and a pissfluencer. Would you give us some of your top albums that I should listen to if I mean to positively interact with pop music or music beyond the Pop-ocracy?
My Piss Queen top albums ever, or
Yeah, Piss Queen's top albums ever.
ooh,
Take your time. Take your time.
I need to. Smash Mouth by Smash Mouth.
Okay. Smash Mouth by Smash Mouth. Smash Mouth by Smash Mouth, excuse me.
Sorry for Party Rocking. LMFAO.
Okay.
Sorry
for Party Pissing was your cover.
That was my cover. Yeah, you heard it?
Yes.
But then in this one then I also say pissing. Sorry for pissing all over this party. But you already know that.
Yeah.
Believe, share.
Oh. Okay.
This is going to be a controversial one. Tiffany Trump.
Tiffany Trump?
Self-titled.
Okay. What's that like?
You just have to listen.
Okay.
Listen with an open mind and an open heart.
Tiffany Trump.
And then for my final album, The Bible.
Read by anyone in particular or just as is?
Me.
Okay. Oh my God. Are you drinking right now?
That's a secret I'll never tell. Have you ever seen Gossip Girl?
No. Is that a line from Gossip Girl?
No.
Have you ever seen the Go Piss Girl meme?
I invented that.
Really?
Yeah, Go Piss Girl.
Okay.
I'm Piss Girl.
Go Piss Queen.
Yeah, but I can also be Piss Girl. I'm a girl in the world, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not a monarchist. I don't think.
Well, do you think
I'm a monarch? I'm a monarch, but I'm not a monarchist. You know what I mean?
Well, here's an interesting question: do you think that the Pop-ocracy is an ethical system? Because you're not a monarch; you're someone who is charted and now has, bureaucratic power and maybe some responsibilities, but mostly you're just an upper class member because you made some pop music people like.
Yeah, I mean, I think ethics in a lot of ways have gone by the wayside because we're all kind of just in survival mode, just running like rats on this treadmill of Pop-ocracy.
Have you seen any interesting performances that happen in Server City? Tend to get pretty raucous. Violent may be a good word. Have you seen any particularly interesting performances with flamethrowers, with furry dancers, with AI generated battle scenes?
Well, there was a show that I caught that was actually it was pretty cool. It was it was how.
Do you want me to give you a random name?
What?
Should
No,
I give
it
you
was.
some?
Yeah.
Go on.
It's hard to describe, you know.
No, I getcha.
Um.
There have been pop star performances. Some performances in Server City at the Cafetopia Stadium end in execution, depending on audience feedback, the feelings of the head guy in charge on that day. Maybe if there's an assassin in the crowd.
Yeah, that's been tricky. You see some real rough ones, some real stinkers. They started doing that during American Idol too. Kelly Clarkson wasn't like super down, but she wanted to do what she could for America, even though there was no America. But like, there wasn't. You know what I mean?
She has a song where she's like stronger. No,
That's Britney
that's
Spears.
Britney Spears. What's the song?
Kelly Clarkson sings. Um, I spread my wings and I learned how to fly. She also sings Till I Touch the Sky. Oh, I miss Reba.
Is that Reba?
Isn't
No, Reba. They have a
Reba?
song together where they go.
Yeah, we love that song.
Um.
Well, she re-recorded it with Reba.
They go like, how does it go? I can't. Oh fuck. Oh, there's the part where Reba goes, anyone around me because of you.
I saw a
am
hologram.
You saw her hologram do that?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that must have been beautiful.
Her hologram did a cartwheel. It was perfect.
Did her hologram have multiple arms, more arms and legs than usual? I hear sometimes they do that.
I think she just had she might have had an extra finger, you know, but it was pretty realistic, I would say. She sang the single mom who works too hard.
Who loves her kids and never stops.
Yeah.
A Reba McEntire Kelly Clarkson performance on Earth where only one of them was. Did Reba get shot off into space? Yes.
Yeah, she did.
Of course.
She's a survivor.
I'm a survivor. Yeah, I mean, it must be hard to like have any kind of country influence in pop music anymore in Server City because there isn't really a country to
But
be inspired
some people
by.
kind of like some people are like Kelly, you know, they kind of hold on to that. It's kind of I mean, people hold on to a lot of things from the old times, you know.
Yeah. Is there any genres that you particularly like got brought back? What are some weird genres? Vaudeville? Any spoken word?
They did, yeah. There's like a couple of slammers, as they call them now. I'm not super into that.
No, that sounds nerdy.
Yeah, there's like slinkies involved and stuff. But I like the new version of Gregorian chants is kind of interesting. They kind of like swagged it out a little bit more. I don't know how else to describe it.
Swagorian chants? Maybe?
Yeah,
Swaggy-orian chants.
That's a good way to describe it.
Gregorian swagans.
Gregorian swag. Replace Gregorian with swag.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's see. What else we got? Anything? I got my joke about Doja Cat having a Sam Hyde boys group in.
Yeah, that was weird.
And like that, I thought that was cool. Well, who else the fuck?
No, I meant that it happened.
Oh,
Are
yeah,
you saying
it was weird
happened,
when
or are you just saying it's a joke that you're gonna make?
No, it's realer than it did happen.
It did happen.
Yeah.
It was really weird.
Well, once everybody left, American fascism kind of got to go for it, and like that's what pop music popped the fuck off.
I will say I have something that I would like to say, since I have a captive, not really captive, an audience, I suppose.
Yeah.
It's
Feel
audience
free.
to this. Gwyneth Paltrow is not a real piss drinker, and she never has been, and she, quite frankly, never will be.
Okay. Do you want to explain why?
Tried to steal my whole thing on Goop, saying that she
piss drinking situation.
And she was saying that she was drinking urine and all this shit, and she's a fucking liar, and I have proof.
What proof do you have?
I went to her house.
You've done her blood work, and you found no traces of piss drinking.
I went to her house, and they told me to leave. Why? What are they hiding?
Goop. They're hiding the real goop. Well, the goop is the unity juice in the center of Earth that is powering the Wilsonite society. So how about that?
I heard it tastes really sexy.
Yeah. Well, they use it in all the food as well. It's kind of the only resource. That's kind of crazy. Well, any upcoming performances in Server City we're interested about? We've got some Kelbury Squire. We've got some Sanction Harmonious. We've got some Balls Deep.
Yes.
Kelly Clarkson. We've got.
Balls
I like
Deep
the idea
Kelly
that Kelly Clarkson just
not
stays
to
there.
miss.
Yeah.
Balls Deep Kelly is a real sight to see, honestly.
No.
Yeah, I would say Balls Deep Kelly, and then just like
President Rybelson.
I mean, really, I guess just really the executions
are worth
and I mean that's dark of me to say. I should support my fellow pop stars.
Well, it seems like it's part of the whole vision a little bit. I mean
I think there's some prestige in it, depending on the style and reason for the execution, Yeah.
Well, everybody is so theatrical that the executions themselves are unique. You can think about like flying with an axe and chopping someone's head off, maybe poisoning someone throughout the performance until they throw up at the end. I mean,
maybe I should get executed.
What?
Do you think I should get executed?
If you perform, perhaps you will on the main stage. Maybe it's an honor.
Maybe that's the next step for me.
It could be Piss Queen.
What do you think, Lizarella?
I think you need to put out some new music for sure.
I mean,
I
that's
think it's
number
been too
one.
long, and I think if you're gonna perform, let's get you on the main stage in Cafetopia, and let's see if you can, get higher in the charts. Let's see if we have a new president on our hands, and if we don't, that's what you sign up for. To
I think you're
entertain
right.
until the end.
Will you listen?
Of course. Oh, of
How
course.
do you listen to my subliminal messages? How do they make you feel?
When I have heard subliminal messages from pop music created within Server City and then also just on Earth previously, it makes me pretty sick. But also
Does
it
it
makes
make
me
you
feel pretty
horny?
sick.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
that's about right.
who can say no to a little brainwashing, a little hypnosis, a little influence, a little,
It can be certainly intoxicating.
Yeah. And I personally, I think that the Pop-ocracy, a society built around, who can put out the hottest banger, who's got the best jams, who's got like a voice that gets people moving, who can keep up with a beat, who can do flips on stage, who can, show off and like separate themselves from their background dancers, who has a brand, who has a vision, who has a look, and who can change that look. Taylor Swift was saying something in the news the other day about how what's so hard about being a female pop musician is that they always expect you to reinvent yourself. I thought that was funny for a couple of reasons, because I think that it probably isn't hard to want to reinvent yourself once you have the money behind a project that has your name on it or whatever. But also, I think that Server Cityites within this system have sort of realized that like you can put anything on, you can put any image, any aesthetic on your musical project here, but at the end of the day, it's how powerful your brainwashing power is, and it's how amazing, eccentric, and over the top your execution is at the end of your time, your trial.
True. Yeah, I think you have a solid grasp of it.
All right.
There's also kind of like how many titties you have, but that's just kind of like one way you can take it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's certain that you could have a bunch. No.
Who is the pop star who you've seen who has had the most titties?
Octitty.
Octitty?
Guess how many titties she has?
8.
She used to have 8, but now she has 7.
Oh my god.
But she still goes by Octitty because that
She
was
lost
how
one in a performance accident.
No, it was just like kind of it kind of just went bad.
Damn.
She probably I think she probably plans to get another one again in the future, but she currently only has 7.
She could get like another implant.
Do you think that I should make power slime music?
Power slide? Power slime?
Power slime?
Yeah, what makes it power slime?
It's like, it sounds slimy, but it's also very heavy, but
like,
also kind of.
Okay. Yeah, I think you should.
Okay.
I think that's a great idea.
Thank you. Then maybe I could be executed by slime.
Like choked by slime, like a kind of a molasses kind of situation.
Ooh, do you think that would be too gruesome?
I don't know. Rest in peace, that Katy Perry. Do you remember that video of Katy Perry getting slimed?
Oh my god, that was tragic.
Where it really gets her.
Sliming was the executions of the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
But for children.
Yeah, well, it's to be a pop star is to allow yourself to be pedestalized and humiliated by Earth's most wretched beings.
And God, if it doesn't make me horny.
Yeah. All right, Ho. Thank you for your time. I'm logging us off.
Okay.
What?
I said okay.
All right. Thank you to my wonderful
Good night.
friend, formerly known as Piss Queen, a musician from Earth
Are you
1.
gonna delete my video like you deleted my last video?
No. Should I put your old video online for I wonder where it is.
Maybe. It'd be fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean maybe people will need to see it so they can understand the context of Piss Queen.
I can't even remember. I do remember the Jersey Shore part.
Yes, I remember when you made a creepy sipping sound.
Yeah, everyone hated that.
They did. And as they should, maybe.
Maybe. This is what I mean. I'm not the piss queen anymore.
No.
I might be the slime mistress. I'm not sure.
That would be cool. That could be a cool way to be. Actually, the slime mistress.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see
Alright.
where my final destination is, you know?
Fair enough. All right. Thank you, viewers.